distribution, and people are messing things up there. I mean, why? You know, even we used to depend on DRA. DRA was giving the whole country power. Why do we bring in these private people to generate power for us? Why? why can't the government, solely handle generation, distribution, and selling or marketing of the power? You see, the problem is people think that abandonment, they don't care what happens to productivity goes down, and even how to work to make sure this institution or the organization provides it is none of some people's business, because it is abandonment. But look at what has just happened. Over 1,300 containers, about 20 or 40 people containers. It's not like mobile phone that you can just hide it in your pocket and pass. And if people are saying that, you don't have to share, you don't have to prioritize these spaces, there are people working there are messing things up for the state. So I don't know. I don't know why the government wants to, whatever they want to do with it, they have to. Whether it is privatization or if the state thinks that what is happening there is good for them, okay, they can continue to maintain it. But I will not oppose any arrangement to get responsible people to manage the EPG. I don't care. The government thinks that they will sit idle by and allow containers full of devices that are going to help distribute the power, generate power, and all these things that people are going to do. Then it is up to them. But I will not oppose government decision to take the decision of privatizing or bringing in joint enterprise or whatever. But honestly, what has happened here? No private man, no private investor will allow this to happen. Hey, you import things to help you work, and you tell yourself, and then you say, private man will do this thing to his business. Which private man will do that?
But does that not speak to the inefficiency of government rather than because they are ultimately the ones who make the decision who leads ECG? But
who is government? Is the government is the big house people or the flat house people or the car? They won't be there. They won't be at the port. They have the customs. The port people are there. The security people are all there. And so, what is it? If customs are there to represent the interests of the state, of that matter, government, what was their role in making sure that these goods that come are properly, handled so that government will not lose so much? So the president will not be there, the ministers will not be at the port to monitor some of these things. And so what I'm saying is that if ECG is owned by a private person, this thing could have happened. If ECG is owned privately, sometimes I read about the union there too, or DC listening to meetings, private. Why you were there? The unions were there and didn't care. But what happened? Who didn't care? And you have, again, what is, I don't understand. What is your mindset? Yes, they are leftists and you don't want privatization and all this, but look at what Trump is doing. But you Trump, you really want, to create employment for his people. Capitalist. He wants to create jobs for his people. For that matter, look at the message that he put in place to stop, flooding or importation of goods to come to disturb the local, product.
So is that to suggest that you wouldn't mind if ECG is sold to a private person?
So it depends upon the arrangement that the government will enter into, whoever is coming. But now we have private people generating power for us. Why don't they stop them? Private people are generating power for somebody to sell. And the person selling, like you cultivate, some crops, and people will come and give it somebody to sell for you. Then this food will not reach its, destination. Then you, the farmer, you continue to use the same person to sell your produce for you. So what I'm saying is that it's up to government. Now I'm sure they said they have appointed a committee. The committee should work and advise. If they still want government to own it fully, if there's going to be joint arrangement, all we want is that they should be able to, put sanity into the system. But why is that we have these private companies generating power for us? Why don't you stop them also? That will depend on only DRA.
But what form would you prefer?
So that one, I don't have the knowledge to determine
which form you should take.
Whether it's the PDS or whatever. That one, I don't know. But all I'm saying is that what happened for over 1,300 containers get missing? How? Are there mobile phones that you can put it in your pocket? So what conspiracy is that? All the state agencies there came together to do this. What is this? Can we continue to allow this to happen? So it is up to the government to decide how they are going to do it. For us, if I were, union operating in that sector, I don't think that I will raise this again, because I myself did not perform. Because you don't sit there as a union workers to sit there. They cannot say that they don't know. They don't know what happened. Over 1,300 containers. Hey, it's not missing. And this started from 2019, as we are being told. Nobody saw it. None of the union leaders saw it. It's up to the government, because as I said, we have private companies generating power for us. So, and you know that they are not really able to pay this private power generators. They are not able to pay them. They can't pay them. And you want this to happen. What's that? Let you sell it. Yeah, I don't have the means. Like I will buy and operate it.
They should sell it. And if you had money, you would have bought it.
I bought it. And make sure that there is discipline there. This stealing criminal. Look, tell me what has happened. I'm telling you, it can never happen in any civilized country. 1,300 40-footer containers. How? No. And this government will not sit up and do the needful. Look, we owe private power producers. We owe them. It's because of some of these things. We can't pay them. So if somebody is a private person is producing power for you, and this states the sale of the power, the person selling is stealing. They say that one there, you don't have to privatize. Let the private person generate the power for me. Then with that one there, government, who are the government people who are representing the interests of the people are doing all what is happening. What am I? let's come together, spend the money, and then bid for this thing, and then we will make sure we put discipline into the system and make sure things doesn't go anywhere.
Is that to suggest that, because would that also not be, what do you call it, a lack of faith in the new government, their inability to perhaps appoint people in there who can change the face of ECG and improve their fortunes, make it much more efficient? At least they have 4 years. Can the time be spent finding people who can do that job? They have already appointed a CEO. Why wouldn't we give that CEO time, see what he can do, before deciding that it should go here or should go there?
No, this unique instance, then if you're on the path to solve the problem, that's okay. I don't know, maybe the government may have its own strategy as to how to deal with this cancer, because I know they can do it. The fact that if you look at how this government has started, I know it will not tolerate, because the president has cautioned all his appointees that if you mess up, you will not be spared. And so that signal at all, only that signal is very loud, and I think that the people will not behave the way the previous ones behaved. So if they can try them, but if they lack the capacity to sell the power and recover all what has been put in for the future, then why do they continue to? I know that they have the people do it, but it's up to this government to sit down and then see how it's going to be done. It must be done in a way that it will benefit the state. Because like I said, why are we depending on private power generators or producers? Why are we depending on them? Why don't we say that, okay, government is doing the generation of power and then everything? We have the capacity. We can do it. So for that, you want the private person to generate the power for you. And the selling becomes an issue. The selling, you have somebody, 419 somebody to take over the selling. The person to generate the power. Someone to generate the power. That is what you are saying. The argument is that, no, we should privatize and all this things. Then we should as well generate power. The state, generate your power and share your power. Not for a private person to generate for you. They get tips like this to sell and chop the money.
Mr. Komsing, thank you. Thank you very much for speaking to us.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Brown Komsing is General Secretary, Ghana Federation of Labour. And of course, we were just talking about the missing containers issue. And out of the ashes, Samuel Dubik Mahama has emerged. Now, this portion of an interview granted to Asempa FM yesterday, and he is confident that no container can go missing.
The rationale behind the decision.
Okay, Obi, let's establish three things enough. Which I don't like. We wanted to do.
Let me establish one final.
Okay, yeah.
What will be your explanation behind this part of the report? Say, when they went to the port to do the head count, ECG SND or more a list. Say omo containers a port a 2,462. GPH SND or more list. Say ECG containers a port a 1,132. Omo a head count. They saw say a 1,134 in the ECG 2,462 against omo 1,134. There is a difference of 1,1328.
Okay, they say
1,328.
They say a container cannot get missing. When you look at the report to a certain point, almost say Amoako GPH. Did they go to the other terminals, the other holding terminals to check? Did they go to the customs terminal to also check? You are also coming up with another evacuation exercise, which you with your own numbers that you are also come. Look, I'm saying this. Let's stop even debating this matter in the media space. Let's allow the state agencies to work.
So clearly,
Let them
the minister
Let
should
them
just
put everything
Put
together.
That's all.
Yes.
That's the minister.
Because again, I've said it. Containers that are in the custody of Ghana Ports and Harbour and in the custody of, let's say, customs. What are? But you see, Obi, don't
to inform the rationale behind this. Say omo containers say what port.
Okay, me say,
1,328.
a container cannot get missing. When you look at the report now, a certain point, Amoako GPH.
Yes.
Did they go to the other terminals, the other holding terminals to check? Did they go to the customs terminal to also check? You are also coming up with another evacuation exercise, which you, with your own numbers, that you also count. Look, I'm saying this. Let's stop even debating this matter in the media space. Let's allow the state agencies to work.
So clearly,
the
minister
let them
just
put everything together.
That's all.
Yes.
That's the minister.
Because again, I've said it. Containers that are in the custody of Ghana Ports and Harbour and in the custody of, let's say, customs. What has that got to do with ECG?
Yeah, it has got to do with ECG because ECG awarded contract to two companies.
You see, you are missing the point. You are missing the point.